I made up for the loss. Took some time to think it over. I reduced all the costs. Feeling lighter. It's a sunny day, it's a sunny day. We took some time to decide what words to rhyme, and it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. Tear down the walls and reclaim the Albert Hall, 'cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. I am someone to trust. Took some strength to turn it over. Replace your resignation with the lust. 'Cause it's a sunny day. Stop playing war. Revive, build a school. 'Cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. Held down by force, you can rise, I am sure. 'Cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. We took some time to decide what words to rhyme, and it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. Tear down your wall and rebuild it very small. 'Cause it feels so fine. Now it blows my mind. Now it blows my mind.
So this summer, I decided to take a little bit of a calculated risk and set up all my freestyle boards with grippy grip tape. In general, because freestylers do a lot of footwork and a lot of shuffling on the top of their board, they don't really use a lot of high grit grip tapes. They tend to use lower grit, something that's kind of soft. And if the grip is really grippy, it's one, going to catch on your feet, and two, it's going to wear through the bottoms of your shoes very, very quickly. So since I started skateboarding, I've pretty much used low grit or non-abrasive grip tape that didn't really have much friction at all. My shoes lasted forever, and there was little friction. I could slide around on the top of my board, no problem. This includes the longevity of the top of your shoe, since when you're doing something like a Casper or a no-handed 50-50, you're scraping the grip tape along the top of your shoe and breaking your laces, ripping the uppers, and kind of destroying both the top and bottom of your shoes. But there are two sides to every coin. On the opposite end of that spectrum, during tricks like smoothies or spacewalks, I sometimes found my foot would slide off the board and I'd miss it, or I'd miss a catch on the nose and my foot would slide off the end of the nose or the tail. It wasn't a huge problem for me, but it was something that I noticed and kind of found annoying. And I also like to do a lot of ollie flip tricks. So this summer I wanted to see if using a higher grip tape kind of balanced out those two. I wanted to see if sacrificing the life of my shoes was worth holding onto the board a little bit better and having a little more control, a little more flick during flip tricks. And even though I haven't skated the high grit grip tape a ton of times, I've already kind of figured out what I think about it. The short answer is twofold. One, it did work. The high grit grip tape is very grippy. My feet do not slide around. I have excellent control and a wonderful hold on the top of my skateboard when doing pretty much anything. However, I don't think I noticed any improvement in my flip tricks or tricks in general. There wasn't really a ton of extra grip that I felt when doing my flip tricks that seemed to help me in any way. In fact, I had been working on a no comply 180 to fakie heel flip, a trick I've never done before. Never done a fakie heel flip. And I tried it on two of the grippy boards. First on Utah Fuji's Pro Model, and then on Shotaro Oba's Pro Model. And I couldn't land it on either of them. I was kind of getting close, but not doing that well. And then I tried it on Ethan's Pro Model, which has, I think, black magic grip tape, something that's very, very soft. Like, you can run your fingers down the length of the board and it will not really cut you. And I got it in a couple of tries. I was just really feeling the snap and the flick on that board, and I got it on the board with the worst grip tape. And I kind of did expect this. I really do think that you can get a lot out of the tools that you put into skateboarding, out of the gear that you select to make what you do easier, but there is so much user error and user preference involved. I skate really well in grip tape that's pretty soft, and that's probably because I have skated for so many years on a grip tape that wasn't very grippy. Now I'm just really, really good at skating that kind of skateboard. The second part of my answer is I probably will go back to skating a softer, lower grit grip tape in the future. Even though it did help me keep my feet on the board better, I didn't really see enough of an improvement in my other tricks to really justify using a high grit. And it's actually not because of my shoes. I don't mind if I wear through my shoes kind of quickly, especially since I have so many pairs right now. I'd be happy to get through some of them, but it is actually my hands. I have never had to just wrap my thumb during a skate session so that I don't get grip thumb. Like, this grip tape shreds my hands, and I do not love that because I like my fingerprints. I want to keep them. I don't want to keep sawing them off. Like, it's so grippy to me that I have to wrap my thumb just to be able to pick the board up and throw it down during a session. That's crazy. So I'm not as concerned about my shoes as I am about my hands. I want to wrap my hands if I'm doing like finger flip tricks and truck tricks, not just flatground throwing the board down. That's annoying. I don't really want my fingers to bleed, and I don't want to have to continually rewrap my fingers with tape because the grit is so high that it just shreds them. The tape and my fingers. So I can definitely see space in freestyle for a higher grit grip tape depending on how you skate and what you're used to, but yeah, I don't think it's really for me long term. I'd rather probably skate something softer just because of how much I use my hands when I skate. And I did consider that before trying the high grip tape, but I thought I'd be okay if I just, wrapped my fingers. But even then, like, it just shreds the tape off. So anyway, I also got to try out my Tiago 1010s. I've never freestyled in a stiff cup sole before, and they worked really well. I had a lot of fun. I got a bunch of tricks. Truck tricks, rail tricks, Casper tricks. It really wasn't as much of a change as I thought it would be. I think shoes are one of those things that I really can skate anything in. I can grab like a really thin Volk or a really, apparently, thick cup sole and just get to it without really thinking about what's on my feet all that much. So I'm glad. That's one thing I can be grateful for. That's just my opinion. What do you skate for freestyle? Do you like a really grippy grip? Do you like a really soft grip? Do you like non-abrasive grip? Let me know in the comments and let's see what everyone's skating. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video.
I made up for the loss. Took some time to think it over. I reduced all the costs.